This is the fourth one. It's broadcasted on January 29, 2020. The first one is unveil. Its English definition is if you unveil something new, you show it or make it known for the first time. The sentence in the news is, yesterday at the White House, US President Donald Trump unveiled his administration plan for peace between Israelis and the Palestinians in the Middle East. The second one is reject. Its English definition is to refuse to accept, use, or believe something or someone. The sentence in the news is, that's something that Palestinians President Abbas rejected, saying Jerusalem is not for sale and not for bargain. The third one is howl. Its English definition is if a dog or wolf howls, it makes a long sad sound. The sentence in the news is, January's wolf moon is likely because wolf packs were heard howling in January. The fourth one is penumbral. Its English definition is a penumbral lunar eclipse occurs when the sun, earth, and the moon are imperfectly aligned. The sentence in the news is, there's a pair of penumbral lunar eclipses coming this summer. The fifth one is eclipse. The English definition of it is an occasion when the sun disappears from view, either completely or partly, while the moon is moving between it and the earth, or when the moon becomes darker while the shadow of the earth moves over it. The sentence in the news is, there's a pair of penumbral lunar eclipses coming this summer. The sixth one is make. Its English definition is exactly in a place or a situation. The sentence in the news is, a lunar eclipse happens when the sun, the earth, and the moon line up in a straight line in space with the earth's make in the middle. The seventh one is reddish. Its English definition is slightly red in color. The sentence in the news is, Earth which casts a shadow, and as the moon moves deeper into that shadow, it appears to turn a dark reddish. The eighth one is subtle. Its English definition is not loud, bright, noticeable, or obvious in any way. The sentence in the news is, NASA says this is so subtle, you might not even notice. The ninth one is binocular. Its English definition is using both eyes to see things, metaphor used with both eyes. The sentence in the news is, remember you don't need a telescope or any special equipment to view a lunar eclipse, but having binoculars or a telescope might make it more fun. The 10th one is innovation. Its English definition is the use of a new idea or method. The sentence in the news is, the smart factory is a smart way of using new technologies, new ideas to get the innovation of the next level. There are many intriguing phenomena in the sky every year, including lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, and the Milky Way. All of these are very beautiful, and every time when it occurs, it will attract lots of people to appreciate. Sometimes these things will have some connection with our lives. Aboriginal in the US always call the moon every month different names. These include worm moon, buck moon, sturgeon moon, and so on. Take wolf moon in January for example. Why the moon in January will be called wolf moon? This is because many people always heard wolf pack howling in January. According to this, we know a lot of things. First, the name is based on to their life experience. We can know the environment there by knowing the means of these names. Second, Aboriginal has already observed the environment they lived completely and told their sons and daughters by the way of legends. At last, we can know how ancient to connect the moon with our lives. There will be a pair of penumbral lunar eclipse coming this summer. As a result of it, I researched a lot of things about it. First, it happens because the sun, the earth, and the moon line up in a straight line. Moreover, the earth will be in the middle of to cast the shadow on the moon at that time. Second, the color of the moon will become red. It's because when the light from sun comes to the atmosphere of the earth, the light can't go to the moon straightly. However, it can be reflected to there, but the color will turn red. Next, There are many kinds of the lunar eclipse, including a penumbral eclipse, a partial eclipse, and a total eclipse. Penumbral eclipse is not very clear for us to watch it. However, it's very beautiful with a little red. Moreover, this kind will appear in this summer. A partial eclipse is when the Earth only casts a shadow on some part of the moon, not all of it. This can be seen very clear. A total eclipse is when the Earth casts a shadow on all the moon. This can make it show a deep red color. At last, let's enjoy and watch the lunar eclipse this summer with our beautiful eyes and good telescopes. In my opinion, I like to watch this spatial phenomenon. As a result, I always bring a precise telescope and going to the mountains or countries where there light to watch the sky and the stars. When you watch these things, you can go into your imagination and creation. This can relax your mood. When you go back to the city, you will feel you start your work in a good condition and a new feeling. All in all, there are still lots of mysterious and something unknown or special for us to research. In the future, we will use our clever brain and new technology to search beautiful scenery in the universe to make all of us watch with lots of surprising.